Detroit Pistons NBA action. We're in the Motor City where the Pistons are looking to take on a Western Conference opponent. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, to this broadcast of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. And the Clippers head back to Los Angeles after today's contest. They've really been on a roll. They've gone 5-1 in their last 6 games.
Yeah, and I think the Clippers, not a perfect start to the season, but they're in a position where all it takes is one modest winning streak to jump into that top spot.
Exactly right, Greg. I mean, this is a team capable of going on a major roll at any time.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for the Clippers right now, inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Paul and Crawford pair up. Green, he's checked in for the Clippers. Redick comes in for Jamal Crawford. Now it's sent it down to Doris Burke, who is able to catch up with Coach Doc Rivers.
Well, Kevin, he said that they didn't want to take what the defense gave them tonight, saying we need to play our game. I told my guys to go right at their defenders and make plays happen. If we sit back and don't be the more aggressive team, we'll just be digging a hole for ourselves. Sounds like they have confidence in their ability to score, guys.
Wonderful stuff, Doris. Thanks. The early game plan centered around their offense, it sounds like.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's the right approach for this game. I mean, if they can get off to a good start offensively, everything else should come together.
Well, what happens if they don't get off to a fast start? I mean, they'll be scrambling looking for answers. We'll see if that approach works for him.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. Usually you talk about how tough a player is, and you're always talking about big guys. But Chris Paul is as tough as they come playing that little point guard position.
Yeah, he's a power pack when you look at him. I mean, he's played through a lot of injuries and still has a big-time impact on the game. Most recently in the playoffs, he played through injury to beat the Spurs.
Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Jackson. Here's Caldwell Pope, covered by Redick. Clock at 6. Pistons passing it around. Freak with it, working on Green. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Rivers, he's checked in for the Clippers. Both good from the line that time.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
Outside, Green.
Well, you see Blake Griffin, and he is known for his huge dunks and ability to score, but he is a very well-rounded power forward. He's one of the best power forward passers in the league.
The first free throw is good. And for Griffin in his passing, often you'll see him set up teammates, Greg, for easy looks and dunks.
And with the amount of times that teams have to double team Griffin, that's huge. I mean, even when he's not scoring due to defenses focusing on him, he can still impact the game with his passing.
Clippers leading by 5. Kicks it to Redick. Soft touch off the glass. Redick's got his first basket of the night.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
Here's Bullock. He's guarded by Rivers. Bullock dishes to Freak. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3. Los Angeles is gone, just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Rivers kicks to Griffin. They set the pick. Redick for 3. Cannot hit. And the Pistons now going the other way. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
Baines. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
And they were falling big time. I mean, from the top to the bottom of that roster, everybody was locked, loaded, and spraying jumpers.
Move the ball and stick it to much.
Bullock passes to Freak. He took good advantage of that screen. Freak's got 6.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And the wide open shot from Green. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Green's got his second bucket.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Bullock dishes to Baines. Bullock kicks to Baines. 1:16 left in the first quarter. Here's Rivers. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Pistons trail by 8. Bullock kicks to Freak. He dishes it to Caldwell Pope. Bullock passes to Drummond. Clock at 6. Here's Caldwell Pope. And Baines kicks to Freak. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
Boy, they're getting into a real groove from inside the three-point line, knocking down those mid-range jump shots.
8 of their last 10 have come from the mid-range.
Here's Redick. Rebound, Detroit. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. The Pistons shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. That free throw, no good. Johnson, he's checked in for Reggie Bullock. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Paul Pierce is checked in for Blake Griffin. And he sinks the second. Los Angeles leading by 5. And here is Green. He has 5. They set the pick. Pass to Rivers. With 1 on the clock. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Clip. And here's Freak on his experience as a one-and-done college player.
It was definitely a hard decision. I had to sit down with my family and weigh the options and really take the time to figure out what's best for me. It was tough. I mean, I loved my team, my coaches, and just the whole college experience, you know. But on the other hand, there's always a risk of injury, you know. I just felt like I was ready to take my game to the next level, so why wait? And I think it turned out for the best. No regrets.
Now with more and more freshmen, Clark, making the jump to the pros, we can expect to hear more. And a different look here for the Pistons. Andre Drummond's checked in for Aaron Baines. Harris comes in for Morris. Freak's checked in for Johnson. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Jody Meeks. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Griffin comes in for Pierce. Jeff Green, he's checked in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Austin Rivers in for J.J. Redick. Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Harris is out there with Freak. And it's Drummond in at the 5 spot. That's the group for Detroit right now.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort. What a sweet assist by CP3.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Caldwell Pope.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the floor way too easy. Get into them on the perimeter. Post, rotate over, and make your presence
These
felt.
squads have been lights out this month.
Soft.
5th, the Clippers.
I just love their offensive flow lately. I mean, this is a dominant team offensively because of that rhythm and pace.
Paul dishes to Rivers. There's the feed to Griffin. Paul outside. Picked by Griffin. Here's the screen. 5 to shoot. Paul goes in. And that one goes long.
You know, one of the things I think we forget about with Chris Paul is just how clutch he is as a player. I mean, hitting the go-ahead shot in Game 7 against the Spurs last postseason was a big reminder to everyone that this guy is clutch.
That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. Los Angeles leading by 9. Rivers kicks to Green. A second chance effort, and the layup is up and in. Green's got 7 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pacers gave them a bit of a boost. He had 6 points, but also came away with 5 big rebounds. He was just too much to handle as he came off the bench to turn in a great outing, guys. They hope it continues.
All right, Doris. Well, guys, coming off a performance like that has got to have him supremely confident right now.
No doubt. I guarantee he comes into today's game feeling there isn't anything he can't do on the floor right now.
Tell you what, Greg, I think he might be right based on that last game. I'm inclined to agree with him.
Paul outside. He feeds it to Aldridge. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
And the basket by Harris.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Griffin a screen on Jackson. And stolen by Drummond. Freak with it. He's got 8. Griffin with the steal. The drive by Green and stolen by Freak. Jackson against Rivers. Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely. Back to Jackson. Drummond a screen. 6 to shoot. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Harris has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Pistons.
Clearly a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Oh, without question, Greg. I mean, the wise move would be to get themselves a quick shot so they have an opportunity to get that 2-for-1.
Here's Griffin. Drills the baseline jumper. Griffin's got 23 points.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Griffin against Harris. And Detroit again with the bucket. Now here's Rivers. The pass to Griffin. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one on Harris.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
So he gets them both. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Clippers lead by 10. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, obviously a lot of ground for you guys to make up in that second half. Do you expect Coach to shake things up to try to jumpstart you here in the third?
I wouldn't be surprised if he did. We came out and laid an egg that first half, straight up. Right now, any change to wake us up would be welcome. But we know we can play a lot better than that.
Hang tough, young man. Kevin, this league is not easy on the young ones.
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started. And the third quarter about ready to get underway. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Freak comes in for Harris. Johnson, he's checked in for Meeks. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Jackson. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Griffin. Green comes in for Paul Pierce. J.J. Redick's checked in for Jamal Crawford. And it's Rivers in for Paul. Setting the floor for the Clippers, we've got DeAndre Jordan. Green is out there with Cole Aldrich. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Rivers in at the point.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
Offense is what drives the Clippers, and they were fantastic at it last season. Easily one of the most exciting teams to watch with their high-flying and high-scoring act and number one in terms of efficiency.
Yeah, and it's not just a flash for the Clippers on offense. You talked about their efficiency on the offensive end. Led the league in points scored per 100 possessions at 109.8.
Pass to Green.
Oh, wow.
That's a beautiful jam.
Is there another player out there capable of moves as stunning as that?
A handful at the most. He is an elite company.
You know, he's got that it factor, no doubt about it. He causes excitement just by walking in the building.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Rivers kicks to Aldrich. And that one is hammered home.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
And, you know, the Clippers were near the top of the league in most other offensive efficiency categories as well. Second in the league in field goal percentage, second in points per game at almost 107 per. That was a high-octane offensive group.
1:57 left in the third quarter. Baines passes to Johnson. He kicks it to Baines. Shot off the screen, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
And it's been well documented. The Clippers had problems with free throw shooting. I mean, mostly due to their bigs. Actually had 3 perimeter players who shot over 90% on the season. But you can forgive their free throw struggles as a team given how great they were everywhere else. And now look at Jeff Green. Some stats on him. How his last 10 games have gone. He's right around 13 points a night, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And, guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And, fellas, I would say he's been overachieving a little bit lately. Hopefully this is a sign of greater things for the future.
Rivers dishes to Green. Off target from three-point range.
You have to be willing to pass in those situations. That was a low percentage shot. And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And, guys, Jeff Green, by every measure of athleticism and skill, should have become one of the game's better small forwards, but inconsistency has plagued him throughout his career.
And Kevin, I always go back to something my college coach told me. The mental to the physical is 4-1 in this game. And so through those 7 full seasons, he's teased everyone with that talent. And then it does suddenly disappear. And there's no other way to describe it other than the fact that it is mental. He hasn't been able to sustain it in terms of the consistency, and that's why he hasn't fulfilled his potential.
They set the pick, and stolen by Freak. And here we go. Fast break. Freak's got it. Pierce with the steal. Pass to Rivers. Green, the screen. Rivers kicks to Green. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
You're all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Out to the right wing. Here's Caldwell Pope. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and we welcome you back as we get going. We checked in for the Pistons. Clippers leading by 21. Freak in its small forward. Andre Drummond is out there with Harris. Then there's Jackson, and it's Meeks in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for Detroit right now. Pierce with a wide open look. Good, and Paul gets the assist. 9 points for Paul Pierce.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
They set the screen. It's Jackson with the drive. Comes up empty down low.
He's certainly not been at his best this quarter, and that's an understatement.
Paul Pierce again. Pierce has got 4 this quarter.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Drummond, a bit of a disappointing season last year. Not so much in play, but people wanted to see a bigger leap from him. Now his numbers are still pretty jaw-dropping. But I think he's got so much there to give.
He has a lot of potential, Kevin. And listen, I don't think his play was bad. He just had such huge expectations to live up to. I mean, player development is not a straight line, and it would have been very hard to have him take another huge leap forward. Sometimes you have that sophomore jinx, but I'm expecting a big year from him this season.
Crawford kicks to Rivers. Dishes it to Mbah-a-Moute. Not enough on that one as it misses. Detroit's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range.
You know, for Drummond last season, his numbers were relatively the same. The expectations placed on him were so hard for him to live up to. Maybe now those will be tempered a bit and he'll play better.
Clippers leading by 22. A shot's good from Aldridge.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
The Pistons shooting for the game at 42%. Brown kicks to Baines. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And another thought on Drummond, a lot more was expected of him last year, and he saw more attention. Even though his numbers were close to the same, I really felt his impact on the floor was not.
Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for the Pistons. Jackson comes in for Brown. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Aldridge. Griffin comes in for Mbah-a-Moute. Pierce is checked in for Green, and Paul's subbed in for Rivers. There's the pick. Caldwell Pope kicks to Drummond. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Paul outside. Crawford outside.
And, you know, the NBA loves to experiment with different rules in different ways. The D-League last season used international rules for goaltending. And that small change makes a huge impact on the defensive end.
1:51 left to play in the final quarter. Feeds to Jordan. The jump hook, and the Clippers getting another bucket right there. And for the international rules of goaltending, players are allowed to touch the ball after it hits the iron, even if it is over the cylinder.
I'm not sure if the NBA is going to adapt that rule, but I think it wouldn't be a big deal to adapt it because there aren't a lot of times that play happens in the game. I think it would be a small percentage of those plays over the course of a season.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Los Angeles.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
They knocked down their shots. I mean, a little luck didn't hurt either. A lot of their 50-50 shots went in the basket.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief two-gamer.
I tell you what, Greg, no matter how brief it is, anytime you can get a season series sweep, you're happy.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Griffin. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
They set the pick. Jackson passes to Baines. Here's Freak. Up and in on the layup.
No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
And it's a big key thus far in this game, Clark, because whenever they've gotten the ball in the paint, good things have happened.
Jordan the screen. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
Green. And it's Freak with the rebound.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
Jackson drives in. Here's Baines. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And, guys, the Clippers last year, they were okay against the Eastern Conference, but not spectacular. You would have thought that with how well they were overall, they would have just really feasted on the East.
So we can't get either to fall. Fans had a hard time finding their way to the stadium last season for the Pistons at the bottom in several home attendance categories last year.
Yeah, that's right in Auburn Hills.
I know.
I mean, they used to go a lot when they were winning championships. But to be fair to those fans, it was hard at times to watch the Pistons play. I mean, they could get cold and really struggle on their home floor. Well, guys, they came in here and really took charge from the opening tip. This is such a tough thing to do for a visiting team. This contest was played on their terms.
And, you know, that's not the way it usually works in the NBA. It's going to be a great win, and you know it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here for sure.
Now Paul. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. A resounding out.
Forget about that one.
Chris, how does a win like this help propel the team at this point in the schedule?
Hopefully it gives us a little momentum. We got a tough stretch coming up. We got our back-to-back next week, so hopefully it just gives us a little momentum.
It was a pretty good start, Chris. Thank you. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. And now the award-winning Ernie Johnson will take it from here. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Blake Griffin. He notched his season high, and his scoring really seemed to set the tempo for his team tonight.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
Is there anyone in the NBA who's more straight-up scary than Blake Griffin? I don't think so. Big, strong, powerful, with the skills to match that athleticism. If you're a defender in the post and you see Blake Griffin coming down the lane, the only thing you think is, uh-oh, the man is just a beast.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
The only color I care about is green, money. Now, you've certainly made some money so far, Freak, but it's time we make more money. I'm talking movies, TVs, endorsements, even your own brand Jordan sneakers.
I care about the game first, Dom. All that sounds great, but don't you think it's a little too early to be talking about all that?
Too early? LeBron was 12 years old in 6th grade when he was thinking Space Jam. It's never too early to take and make leaps.
I guess.
You guess? This isn't high school. This isn't college. This is the real world. And the real world is fueled by one thing.
Oh, money.
That's right. Money. Dollar bills, y'all. Why do you think they put presidents on them? Because that's what presides over us. I ever tell you guys about the first dollar I ever made?
No, Dom, but you're about to.
Yo, check this out. CC, this is a great story, right? So I'm 7 years old, Queens, New York, 1973. My older brother, Lonzo, he's got a lemonade stand. So that summer, I'm like, Lonzo, let me help out. Let me make a couple of bucks with you. He's like, all right, Dom, come on. I'll teach you the business. So I'm pouring tons of sugar. I'm squeezing the lemons. I got the lemonade stand all set up. I'm like, yo, I got this, right? So I'm watching during the course of the day. I'm noticing something Lonzo's doing. He's not charging for refills. That summer, I convinced Lonzo no more free refills, and we make $2,000 plus tips. Today, Lonzo's Lemonade is a national brand and publicly traded.
Oh, wow. That's dope.
I'm not here to impress. I'm here to improve and to assist. I'm like the Italian-American Magic Johnson, running point for Team Freak. No.
The only person running point around here will be me.
CC, look at my watch. What do you see?
Not this again. I've seen the movie.
This is diamonds and platinum. Gold, forget about it. Silver, forget about it. This is diamonds and platinum. It's power and speed. Freak, this is what you have. You are on your way to being the biggest thing in the NBA. I'm proposing now that we dominate off the court as well as on.
I can't believe I'm saying this, Freak, but Dom has a point. You've been establishing abilities are endless.
Listen, Freak, you're gonna have to decide the legacy you want to leave. But I'm not some agent from the Yellow Pages. I'm Dom Pagnotti. I'm the man, the myth, the legend, the king, #1. I'm the best. And I'm a shark. And the Pagnotti shark is working for you. And we gotta set new goals and bigger goals, okay? I'm talking all-star game. I'm talking dunk contest. When was the last time you saw an NBA great in a dunk contest, huh? I'm talking first team all-NBA, first team all-defensive team.
What about social media?
Yvette, great idea. Social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Let's kick it up a notch. www.freakingandvibing.com. That's right, your own website. I've already set it up for you, and it's running great.
Wait, hold up.
Listen, I'm in negotiations right now on a feature that will allow viewers to watch Freak and only him and his plays during the game.
Yeah, but you set up a website without consulting me?
Yeah.
When did this happen?
Last week.
Uh-oh. Oh, this is gonna be epic.
CC, I love you, but I got no time to waste, and you're out there busy doing whatever it is you're doing.
Whatever I'm doing? You know what? I'm really sick and tired of the disrespect. This is Team Freak, not the Dom Pagnotti Italian-American opera.
Cece, calm down, all right? Dom here, he's just trying to take us to the next level.
Look, Ming Ching, I don't even know why you're here when your job is to look good and shut up.
Cece, chill.
No, I'm done chilling. Between your clown agent and your gold-digging girlfriend, I've had enough.
Gold digger? You're the winner of the Lucky Sperm contest, and I'll have you know I am currently starting my own fashion line. I've already got model contracts from Beijing to Milan. Not to mention I graduated top of my class. Summa cum laude.
You mean thank you, Laude?
I don't need a man to save me or provide for me, okay? I got my own, boo.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then why has all your success and fame coincided with your relationship with my brother? I mean, if you're really on top of your game, wouldn't that have happened before y'all even met? Right?
You know what, Cece? You're just jealous. It's okay, though. Why don't you just play the background, yeah? Enjoy the ride.
Y'all both done yet?
May I continue? Now listen, as far as movie properties go, I've already got a script based upon a story of your life, Freak, okay? So guys, check out these possible titles. Freaking and Vibing, Life and Times, Volume 1. The Freak Chronicle, Freak the Fast and Furious, Part 1 does it, and this one's my favorite, Freak, you're gonna love this. He got Pagnotti.
Whoa,
You love it,
all
right?
Dom. Yeah, but look, you're the man, but you're not the man. Okay, you work for me. You have to follow my lead. I'm all for your ideas, but in due time. As for now, I want to focus on the court, and we'll discuss some of your ideas at a later date. Understood?
Yeah, we're cool in the gang, bro. That's all you had to say.
All right, good. Thank you. Vet, chill. You cannot let Cece get underneath your skin. But on the same token, you cannot go out of your way to piss her off. I don't have time to be playing peacekeeper between you two.
You know what? We need to talk about this afterwards alone.
Fine. Cece, you need to hold this together. You and I both agreed long ago that Dom was the best agent for me. He has delivered. Are his methods questionable? Is he a shark? Yes and yes. But he is our shark. He's what's best for me, which means he is what's best for all of us. Your job is to bring us balance. Manage the team, sis. We all need to be on the same page.
You're right. But blood is thicker than water.
You know, I ain't trying to hear all that. I'm not here to hold hands. I'm here to win games and achieve greatness on and off the court. But in order for that to happen, I need everybody to be on point. Essentially, get right or get gone. Yeah, I don't have time to be teaching you guys how to work together. It either starts now or I find it elsewhere. Squashed?
Squashed.
Zucchini'd.
Mr. Dom Pagnotti. Mr. Diamond and Platinum himself. It's a love-hate relationship.
What are you thinking about people who see your brother as just a meal ticket?
Well, that's why I'm there. I'm the gatekeeper. Yep. I can smell it from a mile away.
When you take time out for your own personal life, do you have a personal life?
I do.
Where at? I think Freak is your personal life.
You can think whatever you want, mister. But, I have a personal life, thanks.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think that should end the interview right now. Yeah? It's great meeting you.
DJ Khaled, Convict Music, we the best. We taking over. Listen. Spread out with it. South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, North Carolina, Philadelphia, Virginia. From down in Miami, where it's warm in the winter, on up to Minnesota.
I got nothing but respect for Paul George. To come back from an injury the way he did was simply amazing. It'll be a real honor to take the court against him tonight and show him what I can do. But forget PG-13. This game's gonna be rated F for freak. May the best man win.
Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. Earlier in the season, Indiana ended up losing their last game in this match. Pacers trail by 4. And George, here we go. He dishes it to Ellis. With some arc. No luck. Good work defensively by Morris. Monte Ellis has always had a knack for the big shot when things are on the line. He is a guy that is not afraid to step up.
And Kevin, last season, he had a number of big second halves and fourth quarters for the Mavs. Really took over that primary scoring role from Dirk Nowitzki. Stole a lot of games for them last season.
Drummond sets the screen for Jackson. Morris passes to Jackson. Morris a screen. Here's Freak. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And Detroit with a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
Greg, as you just said, the Pistons had a ton of back-to-back games. 44 were part of their back-to-backs, over half their schedule. Clark, they went 15 and 29 in those games.
And that's part of the reason why the NBA wanted to examine the schedule. I mean, it was a tough year for the Pistons. It's hard to get any momentum when you're playing that many back-to-backs.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
Absolutely stone cold at the line thus far.
And they need every point they can muster right now. They've got to cash in here. His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
And trying to come up with the highlight reel finish, somebody forgot to finish it.
And here's George for 3. George missing again. Detroit leading by 5. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Frank Vogel. He's very confident in their ability to win the battle in the low post, so that's where he'd like to see most of the action take place. I think we can expect them to pound the ball into the paint and let their big men go to work. Guys?
And thank you, Doris.
All right, a chance to check out stats here for George Hill. He's been more than solid over the last month, averaging about 16 points, 7 assists, and just over 2 steals. And you look at his gaudy steal numbers defensively, he makes his presence felt on every possession.
And you know what I like about it, Greg, is he gets great position and uses those quick, strong mitts of his to rip the ball out of there.
Here's Mahimi, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful.
For those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further. Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there. And I'm sure he appreciated it.
And George kicks to Ellis. He feeds it to Mahimi. Dishes it to Hill. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
Freak kicks to Drummond. Jackson dishes to Freak. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Pacers trail by 3. Hill with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Hill kicks to Ellis. And again, it's Indiana.
You know, that part of the floor, guys, is more or less his real sweet spot, right in his wheelhouse.
The Pistons have gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. Jackson is doubled, and a wide-open look for Freak. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Hill against Jackson for 3. Outside for George. Rebound Andre Drummond. Drummond's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
I tell you what, you can shake your confidence missing wide open shots like that.
Outside Hill. The 15-footer. Rebounded by Jackson.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
That's example number 1 of why he is such a strong defensive player and why he has such a great defensive reputation.
Hill kicks to George. Puts up a 3. And good on the basket. Look it.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter. Well, always interesting to check out the first-year stars of the NBA, and on that, these have been almost automatic from the field this past month. Second, Miles Turner. Freak, third.
And both of them are just explosive scorers around the rim, able to get in close, and that's a key to getting high percentage shots.
You know, 3 things you don't expect out of guys that young: consistency, consistency, consistency. They brought it all month long.
Taking 2 shots.
Good on the second free throw. Stuckey with it. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. The pass to Mahinmi, pick up by Hill. Mahinmi passes to Stuckey. Pulls it from the elbow. Low block shot on the way. Mahinmi's shot is good. Mahinmi's got his second basket of the night.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, we can mark those up for him.
And that one's good. Freak.
Reggie Jackson.
A minute 20 left to play in the first quarter. Pick up by Hill. It's deflected. Outside for Miles. 6 on the shot clock. It's Hill, top the key. No good. And the Pistons now going the other way, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
And you guys know how much I love aggressive defense, but in that game, they were just a bit over the top, and it wound up getting them in foul trouble.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was not just aggressive, it was reckless. I mean, they approached it more like bumper cars in a game of basketball.
Pacers trail by 5. 34 seconds left in the first quarter. Passes it to Miles. With the teardrop. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got 3 assists in the game. Pistons leading by 3. Jackson kicks to Freak. The feed to Jackson. Morris a screen. Here's Freak. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as he'd like.
Well, it definitely was a disappointing part of his game this year. Not the numbers he was hoping for from the stripe.
Free throw good. Freak. Here is Hill. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee. Here's Miles, and he jams it with authority.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finish hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing.
Oh, look out, and then you throw up stuff like that. That was a Houdini.
Goodness.
The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Pistons ahead. They lead by 7. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. Here, talk to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to hear someone say what he can't do. Monte Ellis is still trying to prove people wrong now in Dallas. The Pacers making a switch here. George is checked in. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Andre Drummond's checked in for Aaron Baines. Freak comes in for Johnson. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Meeks. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Jackson. Stuckey and George make up the perimeter. Lavoy Allen out there with Turner. And it's Ellis at the 1. That's the Pacers 5.
And Rodney Stuckey, a combo guard out of Eastern Washington, played a big role for the Pacers a season ago.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Oh, that's a close call there on the illegal screen.
But I'd go along with it, Greg. I mean, it didn't look like his feet were set to me.
And Indiana making a change here. Hill's checked in. Here's Ellis. That one a little long. You were talking about Stuckey. He did play well in his first year with the Pacers. Clark, he helped them as a starter and off the bench.
Yeah, really had his most efficient year scoring the ball to date. And more than his scoring and what he brought on the court, his presence in the locker room and professionalism. You talk to the people around the Pacers, he was a breath of fresh air on a team that has a number of fresh air guys.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Timberwolves played a role for them. He had 9 points and did his work from a pair of lines, hitting from both beyond the arc and from the charity stripe. He really was the second unit for his team in a great performance, guys.
And Doris, thank you so much. He couldn't have been much better in that game, could he, GA?
Not at all. He was great. I mean, that's for sure. If he wasn't at his best, he was awfully close.
Guys, he came to compete and win. Let's hope he's got that same attitude, that same energy, that same swag here tonight.
The Pistons leading. There's the screen. Here's Bullock. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. To the wing on the left. Here's Caldwell Pope. They get it back.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
They've had a strong game on that front, Clark. No doubt about it.
Now here's Freak, guarded by Mahimi. Drummond with a screen on Ellis. Here's Caldwell Pope. No luck. Hill with some nice D.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Tell you what, Monte Ellis is one of the best second-round draft picks of all time in the league, not just the last decade. I mean, this guy was a 5-star recruit out of high school, committed to college, but changed his mind and entered the draft, where the Warriors stole him with the 40th pick in 2005.
Getting back to Monte. Ellis, had he gone to college for even 1 year, I think he would have probably been a top 10 pick. But you look at what he's brought to the table over his career, points and assists, rebounds, steals, playmaking. His production has been astounding.
You know, he's one of those unsung players. He never gets voted to the All-Star game. Never gets spoken about as one of the top guards in this league. But you look at the body of work, and you ask his competitors throughout this league, and they're going to tell you that guy's as tough as they get.
Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Ellis. Freak dishes to Morris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Freak. It's rebounded by Indiana. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
And I don't care how much you grind it out defensively. When you shoot it that poorly, you're going to struggle to win games.
Well, it's not only going to be a struggle, it's going to be virtually impossible if you shoot as poorly as they did.
Pacers trail by 4. A nice shot by George.
Fellas, he just is struggling to get anything going. Right now, his shooting percentage in the quarter, 20%.
Well, the players you see on this list know a little bit about putting points on the board. They're the shooting guards averaging the most points over the last 10 games. Number 5, Monte Ellis.
And this is the cream of the crop at the two-guard spot. I mean, strictly in terms of their scoring ability and the ease with which they can overwhelm would-be defenders.
And that's exactly what they do, overwhelm you. This is an aggressive attacking group. Each one of these guys is a one-man wrecking crew offensively.
Morris, no good.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Screened by Ellis. Hill has the open look. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket. Detroit's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
This is the slip thing.
Indiana's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Pick up by Hill. Ellis outside. Pass to Hill. Shot clock at 6. Fires the 3. And it's Hill. That's on the assist from Mahinmi. Hill's got 5 points so far. The Pistons trailing. Here's the screen. Poke loose. Bullock passes to Freak. Morris kicks to Bullock. Pass to Drummond. There's Freak. The shot no good. Great defense that time from Ellis. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for Reggie Bullock. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Indiana.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And keep an eye on the three-point shooting because that has been a factor as well. If they can maintain that current form, they can be successful.
Jackson, that's good.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
In the corner, George with it. Down low, Mahinmi. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Mahimi's got the lead up to 3 now for Indiana. They time it right. They can end this quarter with a 2-for-1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
He got right to the cup using that screen. And that's now 17 points for Reggie Jackson. Jackson against Hill. Rebound number 5 here tonight. Lets it go from 11. That one rolling around and rims out. And here is Ellis. Nobody near George. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. George has got 4 points now in the quarter. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Pacers lead by 3. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, the offense has obviously been a struggle. What do you think you can do better to make up ground on them?
We just have to wait for the right shot, really. We want to get even with them, but too often we're trying to do it all in one trip. You stay patient, you wait for that 10-miss shot, yeah, we'll be all right.
Thank you for your time. This one far from over, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
All right, listen closely, men. I've got a few things to touch on. We're going to turn this from a close game into our game. I like the number of assists we've racked up. That says a lot about the way we've been running our offense, and there's no reason we can't get more. Keep finding the open man. But we did get a nice lift off the bench in that half. I might want to stay with some of those hot hands, so everybody be ready. And let's try to play the second half at a moderate pace. Not too slow, but not too fast that it turns into a shootout. That's not what we want. This is a very tough opponent, and we've got a difficult half in front of us. But I've got all the faith in the world in you guys. I know you can get this done.
And now, let's hear it. We go. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. One of the stories here, Reggie Jackson getting it done today.
He was just like a jitterbug out there. I mean, disrupting passes, getting his hands on a lot of balls, forcing turnovers and steals. Just a solid job all the way around.
Like to watch him play. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Mahimi's checked in for Turner. Hill comes in for Lavoy Allen. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for George. Rodney Stuckey's subbed in for Monte Ellis. And then for Detroit, Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Freak comes in for Johnson. And it's Jody Meeks in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. On the floor for Detroit, Freak, he's in at small forward. Jackson is out there with Jody Meeks. Then there's Harris. And it's Baines in at the center, filling out the middle. Marcus Morris is checked in for Harris. Detroit's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Jackson dishes to Baines. That's good.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
From mid-range, it's been a very nice game for them. I mean, they've been finding the bottom of the net a lot.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Hill, a screen on Jackson. Down low. Hill, no good.
And Jody Meeks last season, coming off the best effort of his career the year before, signed a big contract with the Pistons. They thought he'd be their designated three-point shooter. Instead, he missed the first 22 games with a back injury and just never really got in sync.
Pacers trail by 7. Stuckey passes to Hill. Hill, a screen on Jackson. And it's Hill penetrating. And it's Hill. That time the assist by Hill. Hill's got 9 assists now tonight. Detroit's gotten the 3-ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. Morris with a screen on Hill. It's stolen by Mahimi. Hill against Jackson. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Well, for Jordan Hill, something wonderful happened to him last season. The breakthrough he'd been waiting for on his 6th year.
Yeah, Kevin, you know what he had to do, and I think correlated with him getting a chance to start games, and it blew up for him from there. Posted career-high averages across the board.
And getting back to Jordan Hill, everyone had been waiting for this. I mean, greater activity, more aggressiveness, and he puts up career highs in points, rebounds, and assists.
The drive by Jackson. Here's Baines right through the D for the layup. Baines has got 5 points now this quarter.
A very hot shooting second half has seen them bring that field goal percentage way up.
Yeah, and they're cruising right now, looking to add to the lead.
The 3 from Hill. Rebound, Detroit. Freak's got his 6th rebound on the night.
On the topic of Jordan Hill, hey, there aren't many guys like him with his size who can move that well. He's entering the prime of his career right now. Will he continue to ascend, or will he be content with where he's at? Time will tell.
Outside for Jackson. 3 on the clock. Jackson is doubled. Here's Baines. No good. So Indiana will take it the other way. Now Hill. He has 5. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
I think it's going to be tough for them to trim this deficit if he keeps missing those kinds of shots, Kevin. I mean, they need his points.
On the wing, Jackson. 22 points for him. Freak poked away. Moment here now for an injury report. And now we'll send it over to Doris Burke for an update on Jordan Hill. Doris?
Kev, I caught up with the head athletic trainer for Indiana. He told me that it doesn't look too serious. If he were to miss significant time, it would really hurt this team that depends on him for so many things. Guys, time will tell.
Well, thank you, Doris. Hopefully we'll see him very soon.
Well, they like him back as quick as possible, but they also want him healthy.
Jackson drives in. Baines. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
And now, let's hear it for your teammates.
And let's take a quick look at some stats for Freak. How last month turned out there. He's putting up 9 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
Yeah, in every way, I think he's doing a much better job, and the numbers certainly support that.
And the Pistons making a change here. Bullock's checked in. Mahimi's shot is good.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
Jackson kicks to Baines. There's the pick. Jackson is doubled. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Baines has got 9 points now in the quarter. Pacers trail by 6. Outside Hill. Kicks it to Miles. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Ellis, he's checked in for Indiana. And Detroit with a change here, too. Johnson's checked in. And so here is Indiana. Here's Ellis. Knocks down the 10-footer. Ellis has got 20 points.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Baines. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Baines. 2 shots.
The first one falls. He hits both from the stripe. Pacers trail by 6. Hill dishes to Ellis. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. They double team Ellis. He kicks it to Mahimi. Hill passes to Ellis. From the wing, just 5 to shoot. Ellis can't get that one to fall either. Here's Freak. And that's the final possession with the nice defense right there. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. It's Detroit up 6. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle. Indiana. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Hill. And it's C.J. Miles in for Monte Ellis. Freaks checked in for Detroit. Paul George is out there with C.J. Miles. Then there's Lavoy Allen. Then it's Turner. And it's Hill in at the power forward position. So that's the group out there for Indiana. They set the pick. Feeds it to George. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Yeah, but in the first half, he was just pure.
Detroit's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it. 9 times they've missed. Freak kicks to Johnson. There's the dish to Freak. It's hauled in by Paul George.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Lavoy Allen's checked in for Turner. Ellis comes in for C.J. Miles. And it's Hill in for Hill. Hill dishes to George. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got assist number 11 for him here tonight.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game.
Drummond the screen. Dishes it to Caldwell Pope. He feeds it to Freak. Here's Harris. The baseline jumper goes down. Harris has got 10 points here in the second half.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Outside, George. Off the screen. And good. He nails it. Well, as we move into the fourth, it's been an even game.
Yeah, it has been. Neither team able to create any significant separation so far.
Guys, teams have exchanged the lead 5 times thus far.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
It's George on the wing. Rebounded by the Pistons. Harris has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Banked in off the glass. And the Pistons lead by 1.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Goes up from the top of the key. And Paul George again. George has got 7 now in this quarter.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
Over to the wing. Caldwell Pope passes to Freak. Can't hit from the elbow. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And the foul called on Freak. That's foul number 2 for him. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They set the screen. 5 to shoot. The 3 from Hill. The shot no good. The Pistons go the other way with it. Freak kicks to Caldwell Pope. It's good.
Those are huge points.
Beyond huge, partner. I mean, they needed that bucket desperately.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Left side, George goes up off the pick. Yes!
Well, Paul George has been sensational.
So a close game sees Indiana take this one. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
Guys, Paul George standing by with me here. And Paul, first, congratulations on the win. What's the attitude you have as a team right now?
Continue to, play together. And we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Paul, thank you so much. Guys, over to you.
Doris, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. And now to our good friend Ernie Johnson, who is standing by in the studio.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Monte Ellis. He had a tremendous first half, and that clearly inspired the whole team after halftime. Gave him a big lift.
Just an unreal performance for him in so many ways. That was a player at the absolute top of his game. It's hard to imagine someone being any more dominant than he was tonight.
His play tonight, Ernie, was finally a bright spot for them because, they had a very rough stretch of games.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.
I told you, Dom Pagnotti always delivers. Brand Jordan Freak prototypes. Open the box, check them out.
It's like Christmas and my birthday on the same day. Oh, Dom.
You love them?
I love them.
Hey, they're waiting for your approval for production.
Approved.
Approved?
Approved.
Done.
Man.
I'll make the call.
In fact, Pagnotti we trust.
I told you you'd love them.
Man.
Hey, I'm going to have you playing in those in 30 days or less.
Money. Oh, man.
Freaking and vibing. Freaking and vibing.
Freaking and vibing in these, baby.
Yeah. Ay. Yeah. Ay. Yeah.
HBK, yeah, you know how we. And I can't quit, all I know is